map number 2, which is Nuke.
Marvelous.
We've got cards now. We've got notes. We've got everything we could possibly need, and we will not be making the same mistakes again. I can only apologize for my downfalls before. Guys, Nuke, NIP Classic, maybe not so much anymore. North would definitely be very versatile on this map as well. Do you think they'll continue their destruction just from their individual form right now, or will this be a chance for NIP to get some decent rounds on the board, hopefully get the CT star? We'll see what happens. What are your thoughts?
I think this will be competitive. Yeah. I think that one of these teams will win by 4 or 5 rounds.
Okay. Who you got, Dan?
I think it'd be something like 16-10, 16-8 for North.
Okay. You're feeling like they're looking too strong today? It's going to be too much to handle.
I think you highlighted pretty quickly an element that goes in their favor, which is that they are at Star Series together, playing on LAN, everything's going well. I think that even if you're playing on a map that's worse for you, I think that you get that extra bit of a level because of that.
You definitely do.
There's something in the air.
I've played online games before from a boot camp, and it does just add something to it. It means you're more fired up. Everyone's like trying a little bit harder, trying to get the energy flowing, and especially when you're on a LAN as well, and you're performing well there, and you feel like everything's clicking, I feel like you can reach the next level than you would when you're just online in your bedroom, for example, I assume NIP are right now. So I feel like North definitely have an edge in that capacity. We'll see whether that transfers to Nuke. If you're just joining us, the first map was Mirage, and it was 16-7, but that was maybe even a bit forgiving for NIP considering the way the game was going. 12-3 in the first half. They got the last 2 rounds of the first half. Then somehow came back in the pistol, but North just ran away with it. It felt like they were just too individually strong. A player we don't talk about that often is Gade. As I mentioned, he was a year ago a North Academy player, wasn't even a pro. He got taken to Optic with Cajun B and co on a trial period, like a loan, I guess it was. And the loan ended, and they decided North wanted to have him back, and it seems to be going very well. Another rookie that's come from the Academy program, like Golden, like Mertz, and these are now relevant names within the scene. Do you feel like the Academy program was a successful one? It seems like it's died out now, but we have got some top players from it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the year of the new man.
Yeah.
This 2018, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's all changed, isn't it? Really.
So we talk about FPL a lot, and players coming through that system. Obviously, we found some massive names that are relevant in the scene now.
So Zywu coming up now. Ziwu.
Yeah, he's going to be huge, from what I've heard. You guys had him in the show match over at London Major.
Dude, I was talking to Olaf Meister and other guys, and they were just like, this guy is really good.
Yeah, I'm excited for the prospect of that. I'm happy he's been picked up by a top team now. I believe he hadn't signed before because of school, and now he's ready to go. So here we go. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We'll get into the second map between these two. It is indeed Nuke, and it's going to be NIP starting on the T side. Fast approach, chaps, towards the secret area. AZ is going to have a few chances of some kills here. Loads of players towards his position. He'll get 2 headshots and shut them down.
That's a bit too much damage, isn't it? Geralt can make it better, though, for the team, but maybe not.
They got quickly down towards lower, got a fast plant. Maybe there's a chance here, but now they're isolated.
What can they do from here? So much going the way of North. If they start off with a lot of money on the CT side, I fear for NIP and their chances in this match. You really want to see NIP get off to a good start. And there we go. The recovery, perhaps. But AZ's not done. He's going in for more, but Rez will defend. And now it's the 3 versus 3. It's all tied up. A minute to play with. Plenty of time for the T side to find a bomb site. And maybe another kill. Rez working on that. But Cadian's going to take him down, and he's got the bomb.
Well, still a fighting chance here for NIP. Not a foregone conclusion. Managed to get a couple of frags back. Rez doing good work. Dennis is going to be going for a plant here. There's no one down lower to actually deny it. So this is a very competitive round all of a sudden. They'll shut the door, and Kiawi knows that means there's a player on the other side. They won't quite stop the plant going down, but they certainly will give themselves a huge lead here. Dennis with 1, but can't find any more. So I think NIP actually did a good job to get a plant out of that, all things considered. They lost 2 players very quickly, and had to go down towards lower, managed to fight back, and at least get a bomb plant out of nothing. So that's not too bad. It will be 1-0, and presumably the AK's in the third. I don't think they'll be buying in the second round here. So not all is lost. This was fantastic from AZ. Edian denying the bomb, but not the plant. Oh, it's an AK for Forest. This is what we call... Oh, is this like... Have they gone all in? Yes. They have. All right. Okay, I said I didn't think they would, but they have. The surprise purchase in the second. So if you get enough kills, you need 2 players ideally with 2 kills. So they have enough to drop the AK. Then you drop the AK to the guys that buy armor. This is a classic 1.6 strat. Forrest and Co. would have been doing this back in the day. Don't see it too often in CSGO. We'll see if it works out here. The thing is, you don't want to fire off these AKs down until the very last chance, and then when you have a guaranteed kill, ideally, Get Right gives it up by firing off towards the nest area, but let's see if this changes the setup of the CTs.
Yeah, now you think this is a cue for North to just not peek, really. You do have the scout, which could maybe try to get some good running guns in long range, but otherwise you just don't want to play to the advantage that they have. But that's a really fast shot. I don't think you can do much about that. Kirby unable to do much standing in the open as well. And these AKs are doing great damage. They themselves have taken some damage. Forrest and Get Right quite weak, but you'd have to, as a strong argument, that they've done their job. They've gotten the 2 picks outside. They've got a 5 versus 3. There's guns to be collected if desired, and there's plenty of time to work as well. North in a desperate position as Valde tries to get at least some additional ground and information for his team to make it slightly easier for them, but it's by no means going to be an easy task.
Couple of kills. Working out very nicely so far, but still a lot of work to do here. No bomb planted just yet. Running out of time too. Less than 30 seconds here. Valde patrolling towards the hut. We've got a guaranteed kill. As now he applies pressure towards Squeaky Door. It looks like it's falling apart here for an IP down.
Oh yeah, it's more damage done as well. 2 versus 2, but the time is limited for that bomb plant, and they are going to line up for the UMP. Valde with a quad kill, saving the day for North. NIP's surprised by it's not really working out as they intended. It started off well, but they couldn't close it. It seemed as though it really did seem. I don't know if you had the same read, Henry. That once they got those 2 kills, it seemed like there was confusion as to what they should do next. It's
a difficult map to make those sort of decisions because it's not like you can get easy access to a site for a procedure. There's not a set smoke you can do to say, oh, now we get a plant down. There's so many facets of the map you have to cover. If you don't have the utility, which they unlikely did that, considering they forced war in the second, they're trying to work out how do we use this to our best advantage. If we go lower, they might be stacked and maybe have to be a little bit more assertive. But either way, North and Valde certainly stole the round away with a 5 versus 3. This is pretty much clean sweep by the looks of things. It will be Kiabi lighting them up. Dennis alone with just a Glock. And now no health. Clean sweep. North farmed some cash there. So that would have been 3rd round of the AKs for NIP across the board. And now they'll be struggling somewhat. The money's starting to stabilize. You can see you can get AK's armor and smoke flashbangs, maybe no Molotovs. Get Right had a bit of extra cash. He'll get one of those. And we're off. First gun round coming in here.
Off to the races. Cadian will continue with the AWP for the time. Sorry, with the MP9 for the time being. Ooh. Will it be sailing into the right place? No.
Yeah, it did.
What, 10H? Oh, Rez. Okay, yeah. He got decent chunks. Looking at Dennis's health bars. So NIP in this buy round have arguably already been more successful than G2 in 2 maps of Nuke. And that they've managed to walk outside and move into secret. No one's been lost just yet. Smoking off that main position. Now we've got the information seeking from North, not seeing anything just yet. And Cadian will drop the smoke. There was a time where you'd see Shox just holding an angle there. As soon as you'd see someone who dropped the smoke, getting extra mileage out of it. But Cadian's content to drop it immediately. Valde may look for something. Will Lecro look away to start jumping? Yes, he will. Ooh, the timing is brutal. Valde won't see it, and he won't hear it either.
Default so far, managed to get himself in a promising position, even more so now with Forrest being dropped. Brigade continues that good form in towards the hut. Answers back, 2 players in towards the Heaven area, but an Incendiary will hold them off and buy some time for North to reposition. No chance to go towards lower here. If the CT had a smoke towards that area now, that'd be so devastating. But 20 seconds remain. AZ just playing beneath. Gage trying to back him up as well. Frags coming forward, so there will be the bomb down towards upper. 10 seconds remaining, and AZ finds such a crucial kill there. Rez surely has no chance. He doesn't really have time to plant. Even if he gets the kill, AZ can just use the sound cues and dance around, and not even going to have to do that. He will just take him down cleanly. AZ the player this time to find the majority of the frags. 3 in the bag, and NIP no bomb plant. The loss bonus racking up. They'll probably take partial buy here. 4-0 down. Nuke not going too well so far. So these are the rounds, Dan. The CZs, the Deagles. Just when you think it's a lock-in round, these are the ones that somehow work out.
Yeah. Yeah, it can give you that extra sort of fearlessness. you feel slightly more expendable. You know, the odds are stacked against you. And so you can take things with more confidence in some respects, because you don't feel that pressure of giving up a gun or giving up a key kill. And that can pay off massively. And it's also the speed of the pistols. You can be very dynamic and gain ground very quickly. These are some of the factors that play into those surprise results, as you described. But not too much, it seems, is offered up against the superior ranges from these rifles. And PR just trying to pick outside, and it's they who have been picked.
Nothing doing in that round. No grenades, no smokes to close distance beyond the tight choke points around A lobby. And we are at the 5-0 mark. Maximum loss bonus for Ninjas in Pyjamas. As we can see, they haven't really planted the bomb. The first round doesn't count in that respect, as it is a pistol. But it's still early on. There is plenty of time for recovery for Ninjas in Pyjamas, but it must win this round because otherwise money will probably be out of control for North unless they survive with one player. Oh, that's so cheeky from Valde. He was so close to the frag. Lekro left with 6 HP.
Indeed, good start again. NIP have had openings before, though. Need to convert this one. Smoke down. Well, I'm not be able to get a little bit closer here. Nails the frag. Takes a lot of damage for it, though. Gage once again in the huts. Trying to time this well. Red's coming in this direction. Surely Red's got the advantage, and indeed will find the headshot. He'll come through towards the other side, and so blind, AZ will be dropped. And that should be the round at this point. 4 versus 2. CTs with no positional control. Bomb planted. NIP need to keep good numbers up here, though. It doesn't look like the CTs will be challenging at all. That looks things.
I feel like this round was decided purely by M4 versus AK. If you look at the dinks on Rez and Lekro,
yeah,
it's pretty crazy stuff. I like the aggression from North. I like the fact that they're 5-0 up there on the CT side of Nuke, but they're still taking the game to their opponent. I think it's good to have that in your wheelhouse. Pop flashes into radio room, things like that. You don't normally see those kind of things, but I think it's good to be willing to do those kind of things. Makes you very unpredictable and dangerous. There's the first round in the bag for Ninjas in Pyjamas. The AWP will be saved for Cadian. As you can see, that pretty much $13,000 worth of cash held onto by North, which will be significant going forwards. Now, can Ninjas in Pyjamas string some rounds together and make it even more expensive?
Well then, we will find out here. Down there for NIP, need to avoid that reset, although they did keep decent numbers up before. Grenades once again towards outside, can do a ton of damage, don't quite connect. He's expecting them, and it will be just Rez and Forest tickled a little bit with the HE. So there we go, they'll fall back. Not going to be an outside play, but looks like things may be focusing their efforts towards ramp. As once again, Rez looks to challenge towards the hut. Flashbang in from Forest. Flashes and Molotovs. The RB to defend. Flash will get him away from the squeaky door. Get right gets the first frag, but there's Valda once again fighting tooth and nail towards the huts. Back and forth we go, but for now, it is North of the advantage. Can they hold on to it?
Valda finds 2-1s and he nails it. 6-1 for North, and NIP not really finding the mark.
They can buy though. Tech 9 for Dennis. UMP for Reds.
Needs to be a good round. They can't let the same thing that happened on Mirage happen again. Looks like it might though.
This would be a fast upper.
Oh, they got a dominator towards main. No, maybe. Oh, ooh. That's a big entry from Lekro regardless. Smokes down towards main, and Lekro's taking his teammate out, but that's a weapon to be collected by Dennis if he can get there in time. 2 versus 2, very quickly indeed. Forest crossing from the squeaky door. The bomb needs to get planted. They need to identify where. However, they don't have bomb plant pressure. Plenty of time on the clock, so they can focus on taking another player out first. Seems the CTs aren't even sure that they're definitely on the A bomb site, although Cadian will hold the cross, waiting to have a post-plant play these CTs.
Yeah, Kiabi in the vent, he can at least confirm that they won't be going lower. Still a minute though. NIP trying to get any intel they can, but Cadian very patiently holds. In towards the trophy room there. Looking towards lobby. Plant will come through. Plant from main. No fake, just going for it. And now that confirms it's upper. The CTs begin their retake.
Big frag there from Kirby, but time is of the essence. And Dennis is still burning that time, burning that candle, but there it is. The hold comes in behind the smoke. Dennis, can he find it? Oh no, he's missed it. That's so pivotal, and Caden even frags him afterwards. That's so desperately sad for NIP.
Wow, what a play. Smoke down, get that defuse going. 5 seconds, sounds like a long time, but it disappears very, very quickly if you miss the first few bullets. Lekro took down his teammate, a little bit gutty for him. Oh, straight up headshot as well, just coming out the smoke. Pure instinct.
I mean, he must have seen that there's a weird bug where sometimes you can see people in smokes just as we did on the observer thing. So it's a lot harder to see when you can see the model, but you don't know which one it is. At least his aim is on point. Now Dennis will have the hero AK in this round. 1-7, so perhaps it won't be so competitive. And again, it's those narrow round losses which may lead to a landslide victory for North. So far, so good for them.
They're getting the bomb down now. There's chances to win the rounds. It's not just getting wrecked every single time. So they've been unlucky up until this point, I would say. That round should have been theirs. It was unfortunate. A team kill came through, and there's a full defuse and a 1v1 where Dennis had a massive advantage.
Now, Ninjas and Pajamas, they need the pistoling players to stay alive. They need the numbers alive. While Dennis entries so they can swarm, so they can pick up weapons. Forest starting to search. Footsteps being heard. But Lekro making a play towards main. What do the CTs make of this?
Really good positioning here for North. You just can't imagine the bomb going down with some of these spots that they have, and there's the bomb dropped for a moment. Ace in a horrible spot, will get taken down, but again, doesn't seem like NIP can get anything going here. Dennis frag from behind.
I don't know if he fired a shot in that round.
8-1.
I didn't see Dennis fire a shot, but he's the only man with the AK. And everybody else got picked off first. I know Nuke is a weird map, but generally speaking, you want the AK, unless you're pushing a site and you want somebody to run out and just die to take the crosshairs away, and then if the AK's in there to trade, you want the AK to drop some weapons for the NIP guys to collect, but they didn't really do that in that round. Another chunky grenade, taking some licks from Dennis, who's on a UMP in this round. Kirby spotted in main, and Forest will look for a second, but not too long. Off he goes down to the lower area.
Well then. Still a 5-on-5 player down towards lower. That's Forest. Still have one smoke, some flashbangs, and Molotov. Some lower presence here. Forest trying to make the most of it, but here comes Valda. Or Picadi, of course. Remember, NIP do struggle in that department somewhat. Valda got a kill there, no problem at all. Takes down Rez. A lot of damage, but now Kirby has spotted Forest, I believe. Surely he gets his kill, and indeed he will. That is looking too good again in these 1v1 situations. They're winning every single Angel, even when they have a disadvantage. It seems like they come out on top. Another clean sweep here. Get Right struggled on Mirage, didn't really find much as well. I think 8 and 18, and Gade will punish at the end. Another eco, presumably for an IP here. Lost bonus can't be that. Has a 4th stage. God, these rounds have been quick. 3k per player. Really hoping they'd bounce back on Nuke. Still can. They can get 5 rounds. That's enough.
It's very optimistic, Henry.
Hey.
You're the picture of optimism.
I just want to make sure we cover all the bases. If they do get 5 rounds, it's still possible, which technically still can happen.
I missed the booth with the body inside it at T-spawn.
Yeah, it was like a dead body with blood everywhere, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's up my street.
Like a little mystery, and there was like
Let's have a look at it now. Let's go in there now.
There's like little, these 2 little like clues dotted around on the crime scene. You can like try to figure out what's going on.
No dead body.
I would like there to be more stuff on the map that's like a little bit, gives a bit more life to it, a bit
Yeah.
more vibrancy. Like,
Sure.
not like Street Fighter tier where there's like 500 people jumping around in the background,
Sure.
but you know, something going on.
You got the menu on Inferno, the cafe menu.
You've got a menu.
Overpass got the ice cream shop.
Yeah.
So
Got the club on Overpass.
The German graffiti. I believe those are from real German graffiti artists.
one up. Graffiti.
Pistols again, and not many grenades, if any grenades, for Ninjas in Pyjamas. So again, closing the distance outside will be nigh on impossible. But he managed to sneak somebody out towards the ramp area. However, Valde has got his spray going on. Zorroing Forest. And Dennis and Lecre remain. I wonder if we'll ever see like another Zorro production.
And the first one was so woefully average, probably wasn't worth doing again.
Yeah. Man of the hat and a little sword.
Little sword. Cute.
Not realistic in today's violent environments. Ain't got no time for no Zorro.
Well then, 10-1. NIP, let's wake up. Let's get some rounds on the board. Maybe you need to change the pace, go for some faster stuff. Maybe focus on ramp room a little bit more. Haven't really seen much, to be honest. They have got some plants down. Can't convert the situation in their favour. Smoke's outside now. And there's two CTs ready to play heads-up Counter-Strike. They'll fall back, though, feeling like it wasn't going to work out for them. Good smokes. No gaps. Bit of damage inflicted, but even more so by Valda. Oh my god. They didn't even know where they're getting killed from. That gets one towards ramp. That's KD with the AWP. He'll pick that up. Oh no. That's going to be Forrest into the main entrance. Needs this frag. There was a chance if he gets it. And Electro left in a 3 versus 1.
This is a bit terrifying, isn't it?
A little bit.
I'm terrified. Well,
North are looking great though. Although, I mean, that said, we have seen a lot of T-sides on Nuke recently be like this, namely G2s, but not only G2s. So you do wonder, like if it ends like a 14-1 or something, you do wonder what might have happened if NIP started on the CT side. Because if it's a shutout game and North just closes this out very easily, then you just don't know what might have happened if the sides were the other way around.
Necker is on for this though.
He could win this.
He's on for it.
Every decision he makes, though, costs a bit of time. CT's holding up, denying the plant. He's coming towards main entrance now. He has got one Molotov. The majority of his HP. They made a footstep there, so now they know exactly where he is. Molotov's towards the side, hoping to flush someone out. If that had worked out, maybe there was a chance, but just doesn't have any information. He doesn't know it's in the rafters, and in the vents, and on the side. Are they in towards heaven? Are they in the hut? There's just too many options. There's no time remaining. So just had to hope for the best, drop the Molotov, and didn't work out. 11-1. So 5 rounds will not be happening. Or maybe 11-4.
16-1?
No. We've never seen a 16-1 ever in online Counter-Strike. Never happened.
I'm calling it. Calling it the 16-1.
Okay, this round. And NIP got it.
First man in, first man down, AZ defense, around the plant sites, and the rest of NIP going towards the ramp.
No, Valda's there.
Oh my god, he's gone past them.
They seem to know, though. Oh, the timing. Oh, God.
Oh, this is bad. This is real bad.
Bombed it.
Almost well. Oh no. They're all so far away.
Oh, what?
What has just happened, Dennis?
Okay.
Still though, he's alone in
A
this
chance.
one. Got a cross for the barman. The CTs know it. He's got plenty of time though. He's going to chase after those CTs with that time that he has. This is a pretty cool call.
Well, it was looking like an absolute disaster, but somehow Dennis has some sort of a fighting chance here. He could go all the way towards ramp, get the bomb and go upper. If he wanted to do that, it'd take a long time. There's a free kill. Yeah, I'll be called out. Remember, he does not have the bomb though. They'll be aware of that. When you get killed by him, you'll see on the minimap he doesn't have it. So, opens the door and has no real into us where the CT is. And Cadian with the CZ. Not the prettiest kill, but he gets it done. And it doesn't really matter That was expensive for North. They got 16,000 on some players. So here's Dennis. So he got a double kill out of nowhere. It was a 5-on-2. It's not like he even knew there was
He didn't even know anything about that other frag.
He's just like, wow, okay.
Yeah, he took a second look like, what?
Yeah, all right, I'll take it.
Still not enough, however. And now 3 to 12 is the best that Ninjas in Pyjamas can ask for on the T side of Nuke. They'll be delayed in their advance of the outside. That push through Squeaky last round was so fluid from Get Right. It was really nice to watch, but it ultimately amounted to nothing.
Yeah, I actually thought that if there were players behind him, they may have been able to trade onto the site with like a nice molly as well behind the plant silos. I always forget what you call them on the A side, these little silo things.
Silo.
Is that what you call them, James?
I think it's what everybody calls them.
Oh,
Wow, it's all falling apart once again for an IP with the 8Ks outside. Kebby running around.
yeah, like you can see, he wants more. Like, technically shouldn't be taking any fights there, but
Yeah.
still a chance here for an IP. Not the most tactical approach in terms of the way they're winning these rounds, we're getting close to, but they are winning some duels now at least, and Forrest will get dinged in the process. If he gets that kill cleanly, there might be a good chance he can do something with this, but the bomb's down, still outside, and time really is of the essence now. He's just hoping he can win up straight up heads-up duels, and we'll see. 30 seconds. Remember, no bomb.
Do the CTs
So
know?
it's almost in vain, these attempts. He's just hoping he can find someone caught out. Now has to make noise, realizing, okay, can't really justify walking around here.
Oh well. 13 to 1. I think the score is, like, if it does end up in a shutout, I think it's really unlucky for
Ninjas?
Ninjas in Pyjamas in some respects. But what can you say, really? Let's see. Last round, they have to force it up. We will have 3 UMPs and 2 AK-47. Plenty of utility for the Swedish side.
Rush upper, boys.
Yeah, here we go. That fluid execution once again. Main smoked off, but they're behind the smoke, which I think they might have deployed themselves. And it's almost all north. Dennis and Lecro now trying to fight for the Horde. Now Lecro's alone with the UMP. Probably hasn't been spotted just yet, now they know where he is, and that means that he is surely doomed with the lowly UMP. That's a wrap. 14 rounds of 15 rounds for North.
Oh, dear. That really hasn't gone well, has it?
That's rough.
Well, it was 16-7 in the first map after a 12-3 half. Now it's 14-1 North. Just look disgustingly good. And I think you're all aware at this point, if NIP don't win this pistol, that is GG. But they will win it, Dan. We've never seen a 16-1 ever in an online Counter-Strike. Never happened.
That can't be true. I'm sure that we have.
All right. You go look up the stat for me.
I'm 100% sure that we've seen 16-0s even in online CS.
In ECS?
Yeah, I'm sure we have.
Okay, so I'm not sure.
Definitely is.
We've done a lot of CS. Is this odds are it has to have happened.
Well, there it is.
Ooh,
There's 16-1 today.
They're just like fighting him. Just like 1v1s. Well. That's their way back in.
Please stop!
Oh. AZ still maximum health. 3 players left to go. Picks up the P250. This would be quite the Rambo mission. Let's see if he can do it. Oh. Crow knows that fighting is futile and it's just better to try to survive. Lots of time here for AZ. Too many man, and NIP get the second round. So they will defy the 16-1, but how much are they going to get out of this?
This happened to me once on LAN in a quarterfinal. It was on Nuke. We got 14-1 in the first half. We swapped over CT and won 15-0 and won out the game. Imagine that.
However, that was Source Nuke.
Sliggy was sat behind me that game. Was that Connor? I can't. Eamon was sat behind me that game.
That was Source Nuke though, right?
Source Nuke, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit more CT-sided.
This is pretty much Source Nuke, this version. Apart from the secret steps, it was more CT-sided though, yeah. But it obviously was based on, this was based on the Source version.
Yep.
Did your mentality change as you won rounds, like from, oh god, we probably lost
I think I won like in the third round, I won like a 1 versus 3, and everyone got so fired up from that. We just thought, we can do this now. I just started screaming. I started every round, let's just scream. They were sat next to us as well. There's a German team called Alternate Attacks. And we just...
Echoes of that now.
Yeah.
With Smuya.
And we were just screaming at them, and somehow 115-0.
Oh, were you giving it, Henry? Were you giving it?
I was giving it big. The big stuff.
Give it. UK lads. Down he goes. Whoa, no, that's unfortunate.
What's
the Tech 9, of course.
Okay.
4 versus 3, and has a shotgun. If he picks it up, then he can hold these vents for days. However, the bomb's been dropped. Rares has angles. The reload will be heard. Jade. Ooh, I love me some shotgun. I really do. That's why I own 3 of them. 3 to 14 for NIP. 1 round at a time. 1 round 11 times.
Let's see what can be done, if anything. Shotgun for Get Right, of course. It's a very popular weapon on Nuke, CT side. Not so much T side. Whereas he's up against Glock, no armor here.
It would actually be interesting to see on T side, like, if you're doing like an upper rush. Could actually be kind of good.
I don't think so. Like, once they come up towards heaven, what are you going to do then?
Because you just, you know, run and gun, and then by the time, if you actually get the bomb site, there's likely going to be guns for you to collect.
A lot of ifs and maybes, Dan.
It's nice. Run and gun. So Nautilus having a chat, playing super defensively at the same time. Maybe get a pick off. Now they'll run to their doom. Intellecra here, have some stats. Have some more kills for your KDA, for your HRTV rating.
Hello. Perfect timing.
And
I was just making some tea.
Put the kettle on.
Right then, it's buy time for North. 10-round lead. Just 1 round 2 times as far as North are concerned. See what their executes are like. We saw the fluid plays from Ninjas in Pyjamas. No HEs to blow off the door for North. However, plenty of smoke grenades, plenty of flashes, but they don't have like the control grenades like the Molotov we see from oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Very fast play, falling to his doom. No parachute for Kiabi.
Oh, great recovery from Gage. Did not have the initial aim. Should have lost the duel. Get Right did not punish. The flick up of the AK allows a 4 versus 3, but Rez decent defensive position. Grenade timing though. Oh goodness, I thought that was going to be the end of him. He successfully deploys it. He gets past his grenade. He gets a double kill. Now we're on to something. Does he anticipate a third? No, he does not. Pushes a little bit further than he had to. 2 on 2.
Oh, did Gate get the headshot but through the wall there?
I'm not sure. It looked like he did, didn't it?
I believe he did.
Yeah, that's very unlucky for him, but easy into the off angle. That's the GG for him. And then IP picking up another round. Only 1 T round 1 in the game so far.
Indeed.
We can expect, I'm sure, North to get some at some point.
You can expect that, can you? Do you know?
I know.
Well, they've gone for a partial buy here. CZ Eagles. And we'll see 1 smoke, make it 2. They're deploying them outside. NIP have started their campaign here on the CT side successfully. 14-1 down, brought it back to 14-5. Cadian barrels towards the secret steps of Reds. A very decent ramp player, as you can see. He will get 3 kills, and he's not going to drop down anytime soon. Looking for that 4th, and it's just Gade on 3 HP, so let's get this over with.
Those spray downs towards like Trophy and Radio and so on just reminds me of every 1.6 movie, frag movie.
Yeah.
You'd always just dot a few, like buffer in some like anti-eco aces.
Get Right even got the call he was lowering. He's not, again, 5 and 18. He really wanted that frag. Coming in, it's like, well, he's 1 HP. I'll come in and get this one. And it really hasn't worked out for him.
I feel like that's how the Spawn movie starts as well. You found a Spawn?
Sure, it's a good guy as well. I worked with him last year. Can't remember what I was on. It was some like one-on-one tournament. Him and I hosted.
I was disappointed not to be invited to that tournament.
I didn't do the invites, so...
I should hope not, Henry.
No. Okay, he could actually get another kill here. Dennis in position. And we'll go into the next round. Money available now for North. Looking to close things out early. Similar scoreline to what we saw in Mirage. Look at the sea of blue at the top. Nothing but CT rounds.
It's a C. Okay, this will be the round the North win. I'm seeing it in the future. In my tea leaves. Red Fortune. Kirby will take some initial damage to begin with though, and what is North up to here? So we'll see the Smooks outside. Kirby looking, scanning.
I like that on the pistol round. We actually saw some grenades from North outside, so they did try to close that distance, which was lacking in pretty much every eco from NIP. That's good, in my opinion, which is correct, of course. Dennis now looking to engage with any would-be assailants towards Secret, but he's got to be careful for that silo player outside. Ooh, the pop flash from Lecro, but there is one from the T side as well. Now that's a warning for them, and now Dennis becomes very invulnerable as 3 players start to move up. Run, rabbit, run.
Good job to survive, I have to be honest. 50 seconds remaining. The North have outside control. Lecro looking to sabotage that, but Valda too sharp once again with the AKs. They're waiting for Dennis's reaction, and he fumbles as he comes around the corner. What's going on here? More team kills. 3 versus 2 still. Get right will equalize the situation, and now Rez. He's been playing so well so far. Misses the timing somewhat. Makes some noise as he drops down. And Kiabi now has full access towards Heaven. Advantage NIP in terms of health. Look at the bomb. As Kiabi will open things up. They know Rez is around here. He's the ramp player. Everyone knows he's a very prolific one of the best. So they'll know what area he'll be in, either lower, lobby, or coming towards the Heaven position. He chooses lobby. He's got 1 flash and a defuse kit. 2 players to find. This incredibly difficult side to retake in this sort of scenario.
He's got incredible mechanics, does Rez. Oh, and he gets this activation. Waits a moment before executing Kirby, unbeknownst to Kirby. And now Katie knows exactly where he is. The timing on the peak is good, and that's the match point there for North. Very nicely done. However, there is money still in the bank for NIP, but this is quite the fight they have on their hands. But if they do manage to win this round, it does get a little bit easier for the next couple rounds, as the money will be completely broken and reset for North. But still, you know, life is looking quite tough, isn't it?
Very tough, score-wise. No more margin for error. Dennis spots second player. Will there be a repeat now? I would advise against it. Dennis and Lecro. Forrest relieved of the sniper duties for now, but he'll hear the footsteps, and Gade will rip his face off. The trade was all but guaranteed there anyway. 4 on 4 for North as they charge toward the B bomb site. Rez's position is quite key. This is the better side of ramp to hold as a CT. You can spot players crossing to the site, also eyes on control. Little grenades here for North, otherwise they might see a Molotov going in this direction. There'll be a smoke though for Dennis. Will he pick the right timing? No!
There's certainly a chance there. The shotgun and the retake as well could be an issue as they go for the plant towards lower. Rez trying to deny the best he can. Cadian will go for it successfully as well by the looks of things. Incendiary a little bit too late there, my friends. As now Cadian patrolling the ramp. T's have no utility, but they have an advantage now. The bomb's planted in towards lower. Rez spots out Cadian, makes the shot. Good shoulder peek, and the retake begins.
Rez going deep there. Timing for control room needs to be good, but it's not. Good work by NIP so far. 4 versus 2 into a 4 versus 1 into likely the defuse. Surely Gade can't do this. Can he actually manage to find a way to do it? He pulls him off the bomb. Defuse comes in. Time starts to run low. Oh my god, Gade's picking them off 1 by 1. Just short of the finish line there for Gade. What an effort.
Very decent effort. I liked that from Gage.
Man, he wants to dismantle that 1v4.
Rez did a great job here, though. Fantastic game. Get right. Gets a 7th with the shotgun in the vents, and another eco required for North here. Not going to close it out just yet.
How does that shotgun slow motion make you feel, James? What do you feel when you see that?
I feel pretty good. I wouldn't go that far, Henry, but
I don't know. That's the first word that came to my mind. But,
you do you, man. I'm not judging. You know, the internet and all
there
that.
There it is.
Oh, nice.
Now you must be feeling it now. 3 kills with the shotgun.
Blat, blat, blat.
Pinning them to the wall.
Ninjas in pajamas continue to catch up.
Are there NIP onesies?
There are.
There must be.
There's FACEIT
I
onesies.
mean, DreamHack, hello.
The FACEIT ones?
Yeah, they're wearing them after the major.
Oh.
Where's my onesie? I want a onesie.
The flag bearers were wearing FACEIT onesies.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. You can get more shells in an auto shotgun in America. Only in the UK, only the police have more than 3 to use for dangerous dogs. But the people are limited to no more than 3.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Seems excessive.
It is.
An auto shotgun, like what use does it really have for day-to-day life of civilians?
I suppose maybe on a wild boar. They're pretty
Many wild boars in the UK?
Yeah, there are
in the US, not the UK.
You need a rifle to stop them, or people carry rifles to stop them in the US, automatic rifles, right?
Yeah, they do.
Those things will not go down otherwise.
Give
Pretty
them the
crazy.
old Bardolph boot.
The bar beef to the mouth.
Size
Even-
14 will take care of them, I reckon.
Even my best pair of MX-90, I don't think would stop a wild boar.
Kick down the door. But not the wild boar. Outside smokes coming in there from Cadian. Or rather, your pressure behind the smokes. One smoke seems to be missing.
North looking for that final round. It's the auto shotgun to get right. Keeping the dream alive. He will drop the smokes. The flashbangs, is it going to be enough? For 1 kill at least, but that's it. Upper side now open. Lecro can't handle the pressure. 4-2. This might be the end of it. It's up to Dennis and Rez with double orbs on Nuke. That really is the worst possible scenario for a retake on this map. If you had to choose the worst option out of a fall by, this would be it.
Maybe Reds can get one pick and then pick up the M4. Go straight for the M4. Oh, down the ladder maybe. Now Dennis getting sprayed into high heaven, or maybe hell. They'll get some rounds on the board, but only 8-16 of North. A dominant game again from Team Cadian.
Team Cadian getting it done. It will be 6 points on the leaderboard for them today. NIP leave with nothing, barely any rounds either. 14-1 in the first half, and as usual, unable to convert the pistol. North have to wait a little bit longer, but they get there in the end. Nuke, a map that's been historically very fruitful for NIP in the past, but this North team actually looks very impressive, considering they've got 2 new players into their ranks recently. They've lost MSL and Nico, and now it's Cadian and of course Gade coming in. They're looking incredibly good, Dan. Like, you can't really poke many holes in their game right now.
No, and NIP, I still do feel like they need to add more depth to their game, and that sounds like kind of ambiguous, but we're talking, from the example of strategy and tactical depth, the way that you use utility to try to level up the way that you play together as a team, because that's where Counter-Strike is going right now. North is one of these teams which is following suit when it comes to that evolution of Counter-Strike behind the likes of Astralis, Team Liquid, and many of the other teams that are doing well right now. And it's so good to see them with, as you say, some new blood in there and some old as well, doing as well as they are. And for NIP, it's a shame to see them have such a struggle.
Gade, Valda, and AZ all dropping 20 frags, James. NIP, they had one standout member, Rez. He always delivers on Nuke. Are you a fan of Rez? I certainly am.
I am, absolutely, yes. I think this is a good NIP team.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, you can only say it for so long, but I do think that some narrow losses here and there. I mean, I think this is unfortunate. I would have liked to have seen him start on the CT side, and then who knows? I mean, maybe the T side would have been the same, but I don't think we saw what NIP can do today. But credit to North, we saw a great North, and it was absolutely dominant, and that's something which has been lacking in their previous rosters is dominance and consistent dominance, and that is a question,
Yes.
can they do it consistently?
Well, Cadian seems to be consistently up at the very top of the scoreboard. Their tactics look a little bit looser now. It's more about default to the start, making good picks, and then reacting well to them, which is I'm really enjoying. They're not just doing, right, everyone peel back and we'll go in at different facets of the bomb site. They say, right, we've got 4 people here, we'll walk through, we'll just wreck house and then
it's
hit
not
the
like,
shots.
please turn to page 73.
Yeah, no, it's very loose and
speed.
dynamic, I think would be the operative word for it. But there we go, it will be all the maps and all the points going in favor of North, and that's going to be the end of that particular matchup. But we have got a fantastic one coming up. It is going to be, as the notes would say, BP versus G2. They're going to be playing Cash and Dust 2, and that'll be up after this break. We'll probably be back in about 10 minutes, I reckon, so we'll see you there.